Thank you so much for being here. I know there's a lot of events in London competing for your attention, so thank you. Silje and I hadn't met until a few weeks ago, but when we met, we very quickly realized that we're both plagued by language and questions around language, but in very different ways. So we decided to write letters to each other to try and unpack those questions, and today we'll be reading excerpts from those letters. Dear Silje, a few months ago, I started having a recurring nightmare that I'm locked in my high school and forced to take a math test. Today, every time I open my mouth, I'm in the dream, sitting an exam I haven't studied for. I'm careful in my mother tongue, gloves on. Someone smashed a wine glass into tiny fragments, and I'm barefoot. I don't take risks. I Google birthday wishes in Bulgarian before a big day. I live in fear of forgetting. In Arabic, I have something to prove. I need to fool the crowd that we are wearing the same skin, branched from the same tree. I call myself Arab sometimes, except when it matters. Speaking it is like holding a wet, leathery muscle that everyone assumes I caught. I write only in English now. It's a language that does not belong to me. The exam is easy. I'm going to pass.
Kjære Jenny, listen. Your experience of language excites me. My greatest fear is losing my native tongue. I can't resist the urge to connect with norsken, to use it, bruke han, lese, skrive, lære. I learnt Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea when I was 5. Before moving to London, I was told to be a successful writer, you must leave norsken behind. I was devastated, knust. I wanted to sound like I belonged, blend in, only by mastering the language. Now, working at the college, they ask me if I speak any norsk. Do I feel British?
Dear Silje, the way I see it, you are the excavator, hunched over a spruce with a shovel and blade, and I am the shoplifter, plucking words out of the air and tucking them under my shirt. For me, a new tongue is a new life. Who knows who you might be in Mandarin, what you'll think of religion in French. For years, I've been building myself in Italian. I don't know if I like who I am yet, but it's exciting, dipping your hands in the clay and making a body from scratch. There is no road there, just light. I feel it too, the fear of losing something native, something yours and undeniable. Where else can you exist without questions? If we start shedding the words lining our cheeks, circling our liver, the verbs slipped under our pancreas, what will they call us? What will we sound like? Who would we be?
Kjære Jenny, does anyone exist without questions, even if they have never left their roots? I question myself every day. I question my Norwegian eyes, how they interpret the landscape around me, forever comparing it to what I knew as a child. I question the English words I put in my mouth. Sometimes they grow fat on my tongue. I swallow the words whole. I don't dare spit them out in fear of offending someone. The words that I treasure so highly so often betray me. Or am I the one betraying the words by not honouring their proper pronunciation? I pick up the words and try to hold them in my hands. Some are slippery like eels from a river of algae. I wonder how it feels to trust the words you speak. What happens if we leave all the words we know behind to pick up new ones? There are so many words out there. How do we know we have found our true language? Who are we without words? Who are we without questions?
1. A greenfinch, poised between the hawthorns, doesn't ask itself if it is lucky or content, which is to say, we might be both.
2. Our languages define what we think of the world. We may feel like we are free, but our dreams and fears are limited, constricted by language.
3. When I consider being quiet, I think, who does silence serve? That's why I'm always asking loudly, every sound a fat grape tumbling out between my teeth.
4. Kan du höra mig? What is the point of being heard if no one understands? Do we stop trying now? Tell me, how do you keep going?
5. Every morning, we stand with a full chest on our lives' delicate platforms. And there, in the virulent hush, the answer is easy. We open our mouths and start speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Reading next will be Tim Atkins and Matura.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mathura, a guy with an Indian name from our culture.